Hello and welcome to another Python tutorial. Today I'll be teaching you what in the name of Earth is object-oriented programming. We won't do anything useful in this video yet, but we will do something. But I will teach you what is an object and how it can help us in programming. So first things first, you create a new file. And my webcam's blocking the way. I can't really see it, but that doesn't matter. But so what we need to do? So what in the name of Earth is an object? So an object is just like something that is inside anything. Like let's say I create an variable called ex. No, Zelda. It's just a game that I play, and then equals to link is equal to 3. 3 is the object. 3 is an object. So we use objects a lot. Like a lot inside programming. And just to give you a clear example, let's say def y and then this let's say h is equal to what h is equal to what do you mean, dude? So what do you mean? Wait, this entire thing is an object. H is an object. This entire thing is an object, but you're gonna have an object. This is an object right here. And then it has another object inside that object that is also creating another object. So why do we want objects? Now I'll tell you. Objects make our life 10 billion times easier. And I mean 10 billion. Because then you can do something that's called class inheritance. Like let's say class blah. Let's say that you wanted to inherit something. Let's say that there was something before that. So let's say you wanted to inherit something from. Let's say you wanted to inherit something from class blah. Let's just put a bunch of def r blah is equal to blah. So let's say that you wanted to inherit something from this. So then you would do this. Then you would add those brackets, and then you want to put blah. Because then that would call this function right here, and it would take it into this class blah blah, so that everything is inside this. Everything. So then you can change it. But I will show that to you in the next video. But those are what in the name of Earth are objects. So let's see how we can use these objects and Very simple things, because object-oriented programming is something that is really hard and something that I don't even understand. So here we go. So let's call this h is equal to, why am I doing everything in caps? H is equal to 0, 9. And also, yes, I am going to break the system with this. And shift home. Just showing you how you can break your own system by doing this. By doing the craziest thing on the planet. And yes, I am in column 6052. And you can see that it's not moving, but you can see that my finger is on it. 36,000. So now if I do print H, I hope this doesn't break my system. H, function F5. What do you mean? Just calling it, what do you mean? And then leading 0. Okay. It didn't like that. What, so does it like this? 99999. Control C. I'm just doing this in order to represent a not really real life example. So while that's going, let me explain you what this is gonna do. Yeah, actually I've already taught you what a print does. So I believe that's enough for my liking. Function F5. Squeeze text, 146 lines. Yeah, if you do something completely insane like this is what's gonna happen. Yes, this is what happened. This looks like an army of 9s. I'm trying to create some art with this. 999 art. And 5. What the hell? Okay, it doesn't like that. Just you know what? 2,000 years later. And kaboom. Yay, finally. But here, I've showed you what a object is. So, DEF, R, boom, boom, boom. H is equal to you know what? Actually, no. Just hd equals a UFO. UFO. And then if we run it, and now if we call the function R, inside the function R, and then we call it outside, in theory, it should create an everlasting loop. Okay. Previous line repeated, maximum recursion depth exceeded. Okay. Print. Yeah, I forgot something. H. And then call the function R. And now it should work. Yeah. It creates an everlasting. Whoa! It creates an everlasting loop. As you can see, if you do that, it it takes you. Wait, I actually need to see this. Whoa. Okay, it takes you to line 1030. And as you can see, it says maximum recursion depth exceeded when pickling an object. So what that is saying is that you can't repeat this more than 1009 times. And as you can see, if you take yeah, these are 1009 UFOs. So then, as you can see, we have something called pickling an object. So what we're doing is typo. So if we take this, and I know what this does anyways, and we just yeet that into Bing. As you can see, there is pickling an object. As you can see, there you pickle it prints it. It prints it, and then it takes it. This is what I don't like about keeping this on top. But it takes it, and then it does what we want it to do. But after a certain amount of times, it's like, you know what? I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not. So it's inbuilt stopping function that we don't have to define for the thing. I hope that this was I wouldn't say informative, but kind of informative. But stay safe and stay home.